Good morning, go-getters. How are you? Hi. Sorry for the black screen at the beginning. I am so excited to be here. A full week, first week home from it, like basically in self-quarantine. I can go out. I'm not feeling sick or anything. No one in my family has been in contact with anyone with coronavirus, but I'm really excited today because I'm going to share my really quick way to start an online business instantly with hardly any money. I was sitting with a friend the other day who really needed to start selling something online immediately because she's furloughed during this time. So I have put together a list of tools and things that you can do to bring your business online. So if you're a totally offline person, that's great. If you're an online person, this is my simple, steps. You may find a few things here that you like. Let's see if I can get this to go. So anyway, I'm really excited to be here. So I'm going to start with the top of this list, and that is you need a place to get payments. That's probably the most important part, obviously, of having an online business is that you need to get paid. So if you are a person that is used to getting checks and doing it that way, and you have never done credit card payments, that would be the first thing that you need to set up. And it's really easy. It didn't used to be, but now it is. So you can either go to PayPal. Actually, I would do that first, is just set up a PayPal account if you don't have one. And if you do have one already, you might want to transfer it to be a business account and connect it to your bank account. And so one of the things I've told some people that don't have even a business yet is open another checking account with your bank. Like if you have online checking, just open another checking account and make that your business account. So start from scratch. So that would be one of my biggest tips when you're first starting a business, is that having your own bank account is super, super important. In fact, next week I'm going to have Jamie Troll here on the station. She's going to talk to us about how to set up all that kind of stuff and how to do a lot better with your finances. She's been my coach on that for a little while now. So I'm excited to have her next Tuesday to talk to us. So I'm starting to get the guests lined up. So that's going to start happening in the next week or two. Anyway, so I fully expect to be here from the house with all of my family for at least another month while we wait out this infection. So I would love to continue to bring stuff to you guys. So if you have any suggestions as well, let me know. Is there anything you guys want? So that being case. So first thing you need to do, set up a payment plan somewhere where you can get money. And the easiest one, honestly, is PayPal. Some people do like like to get Venmo and Zelle. There's a few of them out there like that. But I find the easiest one for me is PayPal. So get a payment. So I actually just put a comment in here, and I'm not sure if it's going to show up everywhere. So guys, if you don't see this comment, I will go around to all the places I'm streaming from and make sure this comment is in there. So PayPal. Second thing that you want to do is get some kind of website or landing page. The easiest one, honestly, is Weebly. I've used it a couple of times for a couple of clients. The reason I pick like Weebly over, say, a Wix is because you can then transfer the URL. Like you can have a domain name connected to that Weebly account, and then you can then take it and use it somewhere else. So I also use Hover, Hoover, I don't know how they say it, HOVER.com is where I get my domains, and I am like a little bit of a domain collector or hoarder. I don't know what you call it. I don't hoard toilet paper, but I definitely hoard domain names. So I have about 50 or so in there. So I've given you a link because I have so many that you can get $2 off of your next domain. So you can do that. And then you will also want to have a contract with your clients. So it depends on what you're going to be doing. Are you going to be coaching or anything like that? Then you definitely need a contract. If you're just going to be selling stuff online, that's going to be a little bit different. And we'll talk about that in a minute. But that's going to be kind of a different situation. Hi, I don't know who's all here, so make sure you say hi to me so I can see who's here. I'd love to say hi to you guys. So let me make sure I got this all. So what you want to do with that is I like to use HelloSign. So HelloSign they have a free version. but it's very limited. So you can send out one contract at a time. You can't have any templates. You just have to like upload your contract, send it out. But what's cool about it is that you can put in different places where they can sign and add different kinds of information. So I really like HelloSign. I've been using it with our blogging program for years. It makes them be able to just even sign it right from their phone or anywhere, so they can kind of get right in with you. Now, of course, if people are going to give you, if you're going to do that, I know you're going to worry about what you're going to say, but even a simple agreement, guys, is better than nothing at all. So I'm talking about getting done fast. I'm talking about minimum viable product. I'm talking about making some money in the next couple of weeks. So if you're doing something offline, for example, the person I was talking to around this is a trainer. And so like, how do you start training online, or how do you do a different thing online that you like to do in addition to that? Maybe you're great at health coaching or something like that. So those kinds of things. And then of course, if you have products, there's a lot of people out there that have products. Like, how am I going to sell these online? That might be a good way to go too. I also am worried about restaurants that make you come in and swipe your credit card, and they don't have a way for you to pay online. So what if they could you could just Venmo them or PayPal them your money, and they have an account set up for this time so that they can get that money, and there's no hands, there's no touching. So you can just, send them your payment, and then they leave that on your doorstep. So that might be a way to do it, just to get started at least. So, hey Roy, how are you? So that would be another thing. So having a credit card payment, having somewhere to put it. So like if you're a coach, having a little Weebly site that has just a little bit about what your coaching is, and gives them some information and tells them, where they can, maybe you have a little link to ask them to connect with you, and then you get on the phone with them. Speaking of phones, get Zoom. Zoom is free. All you have to do is go there and get Zoom, and you get a certain number of things out of Zoom. And Zoom is very good. It's like this. We can talk to each other. I also like Skype, but the problem with Skype, in my mind, is that people will have to get the Skype app to use it. So it only works if you have the Skype app. We use it for our podcast to record the podcast. We record it over Skype. And so all of our guests, we ask them to get Skype, but they all have it. I mean, most people that are in the speaking arena have Skype. So it's up to you. I don't know what area you're in, so it depends. So having that is what you want to do. And then another one that I have been using is Sign Up Genius. I've been using it for this show. So you can then there's all these really cool calendar apps like Calendly and stuff, but they cost money. And so if you want to, you can go to signupgenius.com and just put in a bunch of slots. So I did that for this show. So all the people I'm asking to come be speakers, I just gave them a little link. They click on it, they go over, and they pick a slot. So you can put all your coaching slots in like that, and show where it is, or you can get something like Calendly. It's like calend.ly. And then that is a way for it to connect with, like, say, your Gmail calendar or your calendar. And then it can see where your holes are, and you can give it certain parameters of how long between calls and stuff. So that's another cool way to go too, if you can afford a little bit of, extra money for that. So Calendly's good. Weebly, PayPal, Venmo. What else there? I just want to make sure I don't forget anything, because I'm kind of looking on my comment. Oh, here we go. So a custom domain, I've told you that. Contracts, I've told you that. Oh, email. So email becomes kind of interesting if you're building a list around this coaching. So one of the cool things that you can do is put together like a really cool checklist for people that are at home, that will allow them to kind of get a taste of who you are as a trainer. And a lot of people are worried that they're giving things away when they do this, that, this is what I teach on. But people will pay you in order to help them implement it. Like, for example, I'm sure that I could start a little coaching right now on how to get a little business started, and take all of these things. I've given you all of these tools, but you may look at them and say, oh my gosh, I don't know how to do any of this. So I could technically set up a little coaching business where I say, hey, for just like $100, I will go through and help you set all these things up. Or 125 or 150 or whatever it is that you charge. I don't have time for that. I can definitely talk anybody through some of this, but you guys are gonna have to do the work in this case, because we're pretty busy right now with what we're doing here with the hospital system. But I would say that's what I'm talking about. Do you have like a little piece of genius that you know how to do something, you know how to set it up? Like if you're great at Etsy, this would be a really good time to help other Etsy people set up their shops. So what if you do have an Etsy shop and you do know how to do that? Right now, that would be huge for people that are in retail that have no idea how to get their products online. So start thinking about the ways that you can start to coach others through this time, either for free or for a really low cost, so that you can get them ready to go, get them up and running so that they could be making a living online. And I think that this is a really awesome time for us to help each other. And I know a lot of people are doing things for free. That's awesome. And I think that's really good. But, we can also do it for very low cost and just, we all need to be paid during this time too. We're all at home with like much less to do than we were before. So I don't know what you guys think about that, but that's sort of where we're at with this. So let's see where we're at. I'm at 15 minutes. So does anybody have any questions or thoughts about how you're kind of expanding your business online in ways that you haven't before? I'd love to see them in the comments. Also, one of the things I'm going to probably talk about in the next couple of times is how to bring an event from offline to online. I think there's some really cool tools out there and ways and sort of directions that you can take that. So I'm definitely going to be doing that with Social Media Breakfast. We're coming up with some thoughts on how that's going to look. It could be just like this at first, but I'm looking at ways that maybe we could even be more interactive with each other during that time. So I think that this is a great time for us to be creative, guys. This is a great time for us to be creative in our businesses and what we're doing. And so I would love to hear from you any thoughts you have about how to do that, because I know that everybody who's watching this would love to hear from you too. So anyway, thanks a lot. And I'm really excited to be a part of this morning thing. So by the way, I'm going to, I actually made a really cool little chat bot for Facebook. It's a Facebook chat bot. So if you are interested in attending these events, I'm going to put a link to is a mini chat bot link in here. So I will go over to YouTube. YouTube won't take it from me. But anyway, all the other ones did. So I just sent you guys ManyChat. So if you guys want to get notifications just a few minutes before we start through your messenger, I will send a really quick messenger for the next couple of weeks while we're doing this. So I don't really think that these will last beyond like the confinement that we have. So I just want you to know that it'll be daily, but it's probably only for the next 3 or 4 weeks. So anyway, I'm really excited to be here, and let me know what you're up to today. If you have 3 things that you want to get accomplished, put them in the comments, and I will hold you accountable. I promise. All right, take care. Bye.